Right, okay, so this is part two of my initial impressions of campaign cartographer dungeons generation. And I wasn't initially that impressed. I was struggling a little bit. I was thinking, well, why not just use GIMP or Photoshop? And it just didn't seem to be that great. But this video, Josh Plunkett, how to create a basic dungeon map. If I tab back into the thing I'm creating, this is using a perspectives thing. Oh, that door's disappeared. There we go. So I like proper looking doors. I've always hated the the traditional style of door, say this your dungeon, doorway, this sort of thing does nothing for me. So I like to see that's a door that instantly imprints as a door. And initially, if I go back to perspectives and doors, initially the size of the door was, if I hold control, it was something like that, and that just really didn't do anything to me. So if you hold control and drag up, I think it is in horizontal, you eventually get to the size of something sensible. Now if we go to traps, if we can find traps again, let's find the Iron Maiden. What's a spike trap? See, it's all a bit of a nicer size, so I could put it up like that. And then is it shift to rotate? Shift to rotate. I don't know where I'd put that. So let's get the Iron Maiden out again. If we can find picture. That looks good. So shift it. There we go. And control to shrink it down. Apply. We've got a lovely looking spear trap there. And so yeah, I'm getting a little bit more excited about it, if I'm honest, because where's all the Iron Maiden stuff? Is that in? Okay, getting less excited again. Go to dungeons, go to traps, go to Iron Maiden, there we go. And then let's control, let's make it, yeah. There's a certain size at which everything gets a bit more exciting for me, and that's more with it. And that is just too small and meagre. And now if we get to the tables again, we bring up, so yeah, you see, we can control and we can just about squeeze it in, which would make a lot more sense to me, rather than put that, yeah, over that. And then shift to rotate it if we wanted to. And let's bring a table in. And again, you see, yeah, this is about the right size. These things. It's finding the right scale. Scale is incredibly important with 2D stuff. And shift and rotation. Scale and rotation. So yeah, I think I was a little bit too harsh with my initial assessments. And up here is one of these. Yeah, there we go. That's the layers, where the layers go. So it's alternately built in layer priorities, so that the ground, and the other thing was ground as well. This is all thanks to the video by Josh. Bring it up again, more credit to him, Josh Plunkett. And so you double click, right click the floors, and that gives you access to all the floor plan textures. This was a thing that I wanted to see here, and I was disappointed not to. So we could draw it in here. We left click, left click, left click, left click, left click, and right click the spoon, and suddenly we've got a texture. I don't know if we could change the colour of the fill of that, which would be nice. But we could always do that. We can always do colour changes in another package if we have to. So let's try another one. So right click, try that one. 1, 2, 3. 5, left click, and then we're just looking for different vector, floor plan, dungeon, hand drawn. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Click. I don't know if you can see. You can't shift and rotate it around. That'd be nice. Just to get the idea of cobbles. So yeah, it's it's starting to grow on me, and that's normally a good sign. It's a sign that the software is actually deep and really, really good, and the fact that a lot of other people really love it is kind of like a green light to me. But it could be worth putting some effort in to actually learn how to use it properly. But we still, I mean, the textures are still, I think, could do with a bit more kind of life and pop to them. Oh, maybe this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad, not bad. It's going to take a while to get a proper. We could really do some sort of marbling. Right click, put in marble, white stone. Let's see what white stone looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, grids have a lot of use. That's not bad at all. Grids have quite a lot of use in terms of, player tokens and moving around. There's always a place for a grid map, but we're just looking at something that's to get people excited visually, with tables and things. That really does help. In a fireplace. So yeah, this is just a quick update from the last one, that you can control when you place things down. Let's place a table. So there, control, and then there, and then shift, rotate and control it down, but that there, and plonk, zoom in. That's nice, a lovely wood texture. And then I don't know if we've got any chairs anywhere. See, that doesn't really, kind of alright. I would personally use see, that's one way of doing a chair, but then go to perspectives and chairs and tables. Suddenly everything kind of pops out a bit more. The square chip. That's like that. Although, okay, it's a bit limited in its rotations. We'll do that, and then that kind of chair really does. A bit small, I suppose, to fit. Rotate. Okay, it doesn't. It's not a proper 3D rotate unless there's another key you can press. I don't think you can. No. So with the perspective, you're limited to one perspective, I think. So you can't rotate it around that way. It should just be a question of reflection, but whatever. Control so down there. So I can just see you just eating hours and hours of time doing this. Make a beautiful work of art which players will just stomp through. But that's another issue, is that even whether it's pen and paper or whether it's the computer one, and these lovingly created environments that players just whiz through and try and speed run in a minute, then in a blur. But the thing is, a bit like GTA 5 Online, every so often in their rushing rampage through content, players will stop, have a look around, and then that's the point to hit them with all the beauty and the details and the little things when they're burnt out from running and smashing and grabbing. Then that's when all this stuff pays off, because they stop, look around and go, "Ooh, that's nothing." And they get back, have a little breather, and go back into smashing. It's all about creating immersion and getting people interested and invested in your game, environment, etc. So it's not wasted creating beautiful, detailed works of art. So that was just a little update on campaign cartographer, using the control key and the shift key to change the scale and rotation, make it a little bit more fun.